So, you want to be a marine biologist. Well, the first thing you have to do is study. There's kind of no getting around that. But what university should I study at? Is there like a Yale of marine biology? Should I go to the university in my hometown, or do I have to find one at the coast? Should I study overseas? Do I have to major in marine biology, or can I major in something else? Should I look for a university that studies cool animals like dolphins or sharks? How do I find a university with good professors? There are a lot of questions and a lot of things to consider when you are trying to figure out what universities to apply for to study marine biology at. But don't worry, I got your back. I graduated in 2019 with my PhD and have been working as a marine biologist ever since then. So while I may not have all the answers or all the information you need, I do hope that some of my experiences and insights will help you figure out where you should study marine biology and follow your dreams. Now, instead of just me sitting here chatting to you, I thought for this video, what we'd do is we'd actually dive into some of the websites of different universities from around the world. I've picked a few different random universities from across different continents and different countries, and we'll go through the websites, we'll pick out a few things you should avoid, things you should aim for, that kind of thing. For this video, we're going to be focusing on undergrad specifically. If you guys enjoy it, and if you want me to do a similar one on graduates, master's and PhD programs, let me know down in the comments below. A huge thank you to Trinka AI for sponsoring this video, but more on them later. For now, let's dive right in. Okay, so because most of you guys are from the States, we're going to start off with 2 universities or colleges from that area. And just right off the bat, I'd like to say that you guys have a super complicated tertiary education system, but really you don't need to be applying to those like super fancy, prestigious Ivy League colleges. You just need a good state college, but it just needs to have a 4-year degree program and an active research community. That's the most important thing because, you know, as a marine biology student, you're going to be learning about research and different research techniques along with all of the theory that goes along with it. So you really need researchers and professors who are actively involved in research and can give you opportunities to do some research of your own. So really that's the most important thing. So we're going to be starting off with a state college down south called the California State University in Monterey Bay. And I'm a little bit nervous about this because university websites are kind of like these endless mazes that you just get lost in and never can find your way out. But anyway, we're going to see how this goes. Okay, so we need to first look for their programs, which is really hard to find. Okay, menu, let's see here. Degrees, let's go there. That looks good. Okay, for their majors, they do have a marine science major, so that's good. That's kind of what you want to look out for. Some kind of biological major. It doesn't necessarily always have to be marine orientated. It could just be something. My 2 majors were ecology and evolution and marine biology. So especially when you're kind of starting out, it's really important to get a broad range of knowledge across a wide number of bases, whether it's terrestrial, whether it's marine. There's a lot of these unifying concepts and theories that you need to learn. And also it's just good to learn about different ecosystems because it just gives you broader knowledge overall. So let's have a look at they've listed some of their courses here. So as I said, you need like a bit of a general knowledge base. So here they've got things from like calculus, chemistry. Oh, okay, they do have oceanography, which for me was my worst. I had to do a couple of courses on oceanography. I hated it, but I managed to get through it. You've got things like physics, physiology is going to be very important, ecology, evolution, biodiversity of plants. That's going to be super cool. As I said, broad range, great. And then marine ecology. So you're bringing in a little bit of the marine background. Ooh, they have an introduction to GIS, which is super, super helpful for a lot of marine biology avenues that you'll go down. GIS is kind of like geographic information systems. So it's how you map things in space. It's very, very important. That's quite helpful. Marine biodiversity, macroeconomics. All right, I don't really know why that's there, but you only need to do one. Actually, the environmental economics and policies, I think would be super, super helpful. If you want to go into like real conservation efforts, you have to change legislature, you have to change law. So knowing about environmental policies would be super helpful. So yeah, it seems like they have a nice range of subjects that you'll cover, which is really, really great. Okay, so this is also really nice. Their learning outcomes are not just specifically on learning how the oceans work, but it covers communication skills, which is definitely important as a marine biologist, responsibility. So yeah, that looks like a really cool, nice, rounded degree. I'd say that's a great looking degree. The only thing I don't see here, which I might just be missing now, is kind of more practical skills, offering you diving experience, offering you time on the boat, offering you a couple of labs where you're actually going outdoors and doing stuff. So that might be a bit of an oversight, but again, I might just be missing it. But that's something you want to look out for as well. So you want to look at if they have the major that you're interested in, what kind of courses you'll have to take, whether they offer any kind of actual hands-on field experience or lab work. And then actually what we need to do is also look at the kind of researchers they have here. Do they have an active research program? So sometimes that's a bit more difficult to find. Let's see what they have under academics here. Okay, so I can't really find information on their scientists or their academics, which it's a bit of an oversight, because then you can't really see if these scientists are actively involved in their research. So that seems to be a bit of quite a big oversight here. That's something that would just concern me a little bit with this university, but apart from that, their majors and courses look great, so a good option. I'd just like to take a quick break to chat about the sponsor for this video, Trinka, a super useful tool for any scientist, marine biologist, or marine biologist students. One of the biggest skills you need to have as a marine biologist and scientist in general is good writing skills. You'll need to write your researcher's academic articles, you'll need to write grant proposals to get money for your work. As a student and later on in your career, you'll need to write research reports and so much more. So being able to write and communicate effectively is vital. Scientific writing for anybody, whether you're a native English speaker or not, can be very tricky. There's a special kind of language style you have to use. This is where Trinka comes in. It is an online grammar checker and language correction AI tool specifically for academic and technical writing. It checks your grammar, fixes your tone and style, and gives you advanced writing tips. It's the perfect AI option because other AI tools, say for instance like ChatGPT, are not specifically for academic writing, which, as I said, has its very own unique style and specifications. This is where Trinka shines. You can either copy and paste your text into their website, or you can download the Word plugin and correct as you're writing in Word to make it even easier. They have a free tier where you can check up to 5,000 words a month, or if you need unlimited use, you can upgrade to their premium package, which is super well priced. Essentially the equivalent of 2 drinks, at least where I'm from. So I highly recommend them for any marine scientist or students, so head over to their website to take a look. Next we're going to move north and we're going to go to Oregon State University. Oh, right off the bat, opening with a picture of sharks. I love it. Okay, we definitely know we're in the right place here. They've got a big fish lab. Let's just go check that out first. This is, we're here with the sharks. Okay, Oregon State University, world-class research university. That's great. Sounds like they conduct their own research. They name a couple of scientists, which is awesome. Ooh, those are basking sharks. So cool. Okay, let's see. Shark and fish ecophysiology. Looks like a cool lab. Anyway, let's get back to where we need to go. So, research. How do we get to their majors? Academics, about... Oh, see, oceanography is a big thing of theirs. That's great. Future students. Let's see what that says. Undergrad students. Okay, let's go there. Find your major. Let's have a look there. Okay, definitely not accounting. Animal sciences. Maybe we're going to go there. Biological data sciences. That's pretty cool. So sometimes you'll just have to find it in these more broad things. Sometimes they have a specific marine science one. Let's go down to M. Marine studies. There we go. Let's have a look. See? Okay, marine studies, human marine environment. All kinds here. Social sciences, arts, humanities. I'm not really... Am I in the right place here? This sounds more... This is a Bachelor of Arts degree. Though we're definitely not in the right place here. We want a Bachelor of Science degree. Very important. We gotta stick to the sciences here. Okay, let's go back. Sustainability, zoology... Okay, this one's really hard to find what we're looking for. Let's go back up to animal sciences and see what is here. Okay, I'm not authorized to see that page. All right, let's go to another one. Let's try, wasn't there biology somewhere here? There's biology. Let's try biology. Okay, biology major. There's a person in a scuba suit. That looks promising. Okay, here we go. We found it. Okay, marine biology and ecology. That's what we want. Right. Talking about the oceans, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if we can see what kind of classes they have. Let's have a look at the brochure. Let's go all in. Not helpful at all. Let's go back. Okay, so I can't really find an option here where you can see what classes you do, so that's kind of difficult to figure out. But let's maybe have a look at what kind of science they do. So we did come onto that big fish lab when we first got in here, so we definitely know there's a cool bunch of cool scientists already doing stuff. Okay, so here we've got a marine science research tab. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, definitely looks like some active research. Got a Hatfield Marine Science Center. Okay, so there's definitely active research happening at this university, which is really, really great. Here you can see the faculty, the staff members. So I can't really figure out what their classes are, but yeah, seems to be pretty good. So I would say that this is a fairly good option. And I would really recommend that even at your undergrad stage, you kind of approach your professors, approach your lecturers, show your interest, say, hey, I would really love to get some extra experience or some hands-on experience if they have that option. Just put your name out there, because that's really, really helpful. And that's actually kind of how I ended up with my master's project. You know, I did my undergrad at a university, the University of Cape Town. At the time, they weren't scientists there doing research specialties that I was super interested in, but I reached out to a whole bunch of professors and I said, hey, I'm super interested in this. Would you have a master's project for me? And through that, they put me in contact with the person who then became my master's supervisor. So it's all about being proactive, putting yourself out there, chatting to the people around you, because like in most careers, the people you know and meet along the way are really going to help you, like in terms of developing your career. So that's very, very important. And I really think that at this early stage, like especially in undergraduate, it's not that important to go study overseas. A lot of the time it's going to be much easier, much cheaper. Scholarships are more widely available if you study in your home country. That's just the way it is. But try and keep it local, because especially at your own university, a lot of their research is focused on the marine environments within that area. So then you really get a good understanding of the marine world, like right on your doorstep, which is the first step before you expand your knowledge and start thinking about other ecosystems. So for me, as I said, I studied in Cape Town. There we have like really cold water with kelp forests and that kind of stuff. So a lot of my undergrad knowledge was centered around kelp forests and those types of ecosystems, which was a really great base for me then to work from. But we are gonna hop over the ocean now, and we're going to go to Australia, because Australia is kind of like another big marine biology hub. We'll look at two universities here. The first one, James Cook University, which is actually always a university that I've wanted to go to. It's in Queensland, so it's on the eastern part of Australia. There's some really cool scientists here. I know this already. Okay, so let's see. What have we got here? Let's go future students. Find your course. That seems helpful. We want undergraduate. Marine science, helpful. Okay, Bachelor of Marine Science. Oh, the one thing I'm not, now that I look at the fees here, the one thing I'm not talking about in this video is fees, just because it's like super variable across the world. I know America is usually a bit more expensive than some other places. Like in Europe, if you study in your home country, you hardly pay anything. So that's just like very dependent where in the world you are. Course details. Handbook, maybe? Okay, here we go. Course structure. See, this is what I like to see. Okay, so got biodiversity, chemistry, great, evolution of the earth, mathematical foundations. Oh, the one thing we haven't seen yet actually in our previous two universities was anything about statistics. And statistics is hugely important, especially if you want to go into the research side of marine biology, if you want to get a job as a researcher. Basically, I would say probably at least half of my job is stats based. That's what you do. You collect the data, you have to analyze the data to tell your story. So it's like a vital component. So looking out for statistics courses and specifically biological statistic courses, super important. So let's actually see if they have that here. We've got maths, methods in science, geographic information systems, GIS, again, very cool. Marine physics, okay, that's cool. Chemistry, oceanography. Okay, so that kind of seems to be about it for here. So got the marine science major, which is super cool. Got a whole bunch of courses ranging in lots of different topics, which is cool. Let's have a look at their scientists and what kind of stuff they get up to. Our research. Let's have a look at their research facilities. Because it would also be helpful to look out for universities that have a lot of their own kind of equipment or boats or things like that. So if you want to do research, you know, they have their own boats that they go out on, conduct research. That can be super, super helpful. As I said, unis that offer scuba diving courses, very helpful. Boating and diving. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you guys, just looking at this, they have this Orpheus Island research station. I've been there. I visited there a couple of years back when I was in Australia for a conference. It's super, super cool. For me personally, they have a whole bunch of stingrays there, like right in the bay, super easy to see. It was really, really exciting. So they do have like a lot of research facilities, a lot of research stations. They offer diving, they offer boating. So this will be really, really good to get hands-on experiences. So this looks really fantastic. And as I said, like I know a couple of scientists who work for JCU, so I know there's like an active research community here. They actively produce papers and science. So, you know, this is definitely, I mean, I knew this when I was going in, but this is, you're going into JCU. It's a winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so now we're moving across the Australian continent to the other side, to the western side, and we're going to look at one called Murdoch University. Now, I don't actually know much about this university, so I'm quite curious to see what we're going to find here. All right, let's go. Study. What's happening here? Courses. Boom. What would you like to study? Search for your courses. Okay. Let's search for marine. See what we come up with. Marine biology, undergraduate, fantastic. They have honors program too, which is cool. Okay, so let's have a look at this marine biology major here. Okay, so here it says you get to participate in field research camps. That sounds super cool. Hands up. What you'll learn, your career, some career options. Okay, so let's see what they say in terms of structure. Okay, let's have a look here. Introduction to marine biology, marine botany. That's pretty cool. Ecology, oceanography, pollution. Are those the only courses you take? That seems very little. And also not super wide. Like this is obviously very focused around marine biology. I don't see like a lot of variability here, which, I mean, I don't know. I just, especially in undergrad, like I really enjoyed, I did a whole bunch of like land zoology, land botany, which I really loved. Okay, so it just seems to be like hyper focused. I also didn't see anything in terms of maths, chemistry, physics, that kind of stuff, which I really, really think you need as like a baseline. So maybe not the great in terms of the course structure. Let's see what their research stuff looks like. I don't know, let's look at institutes and centers, see if they have like a marine like center. Okay, nothing there. Let's have a look. Research focus. Okay, so they do seem to be quite heavily focused on things like food security, sustainable development, which might be great if that's kind of the avenue that you want to go down, but I can't really find much about what kind of marine research they do. Like what is their main research areas, who are their scientists. Like I really can't find that information. Let's just have one more look here. As I said, every website is different. You just actually never know where to look, but these are some of the things that you, oh, why do I have to sign in? I don't want to sign in. Okay, we're not going to do that. So again, it's just very difficult to find what kind of active research they're involved in. You know, it might be worthwhile really digging into this, because if you already know that you're really interested in coral reefs, like as much as I think you should use your undergraduate to get a wide range of knowledge, you still want to look then for a university that has researchers actively involved in coral reef research, because then as you get a bit further along in your undergrad, as you're starting to get like hands-on fieldwork experience, you'll be able to help those researchers with their coral reef research. If you're not interested in, you don't know what you're interested in, that's totally fine. When I started my undergrad, I had no idea that I wanted to study stingrays. I actually only found that out in my second year through a series of lectures that I was doing. So, which is why it's important to just get like a broad range of information. Now we're gonna come back to the middle of the world, and we're gonna go to the UK, and we're gonna look at Plymouth, or University of Plymouth, actually, that's what it's called. Again, this is a university that I know a couple of researchers from, so I know they have like an active research community here. Undergraduate, let's have a look. Search for a course. Okay, so again, let's look for marine. So it looks like they have a couple of different options here. So you could go straight marine biology, marine technology, that's pretty cool, like engineering at sea, marine biology and oceanography. Ocean science and marine conservation. So this is the first time we're seeing like a conservation specific major, which is pretty cool. I'm actually very interested to look at this ocean science and marine conservation. So let's have a look, see what this is all about. Introduction to ocean science, physical and chemical processes, measuring, mapping. So again, that's GIS stuff, I would imagine. Biodiversity, marine ecosystems. Ocean processes, monitoring, human impacts, that's pretty cool. Scientific diving, very, very important. That's like a very cool skill to have. Okay, and then there's a couple of core modules, marine conservation, policy and planning. Super, super cool. I wish I had that. Okay, so there's a field course that you get to go on, hands-on stuff, very cool. Okay, so this seems to be like a really nice option. Again, it's kind of hyper-focused, so I didn't see anything on like physics, chemistry, maths, stats, which is vitally important. I've said this many times. So let's see if we can find what their research community looks like. Research institutes, let's have a look, see. Marine Institute, okay, have a Marine Institute. Let's take a look. Okay, so yeah, they definitely have active research here. Tagging of tuna, lionfish, bluefin tuna. So yeah, there's definitely quite a bit going on there. This looks like a good option. Good research, good course structure, maybe just a bit specialized. That's a pretty cool university. And then finally, I wanted to do my alma mater, University of Cape Town, just because representation of Africa, woohoo. We do have some really, really cool universities around here, and the University of Cape Town is a really cool university. It's really beautiful, set like right behind Table Mountain. If you guys don't know what Table Mountain is, Google it. I'll put a picture in. But yeah, this is a pretty cool university. I haven't been on this website in a long time. So let's have a look. See, study at UCT, undergraduate studies. Okay, download the prospectus. Very formal. Okay, we want Faculty of Science. So we got to go all the way down to page 70, radio. Faculty of Science. Okay, biological sciences. I actually think that's where we need to go, because I don't actually. Oh wait, here's marine biology. Yeah, under the this falls under the biological sciences department. And again, that's why I did like botany, zoology, marine biology stuff. It was quite a nice range. They definitely have a very active research community here. It's I think it is still rated as the top university in Africa. Undergraduate study. Okay, so here's some of the things, some of the courses: cell biology, diversity, chemistry, maths, introductory statistics for scientists. This is actually the first university that we've seen this at, which is really, really shocking to me, because statistics is so freaking important, as I've said already. So even if you don't have to take stats for like one of your courses that you have to do for your major, definitely try and find some kind of stats course to do, because it's super, super important. So yeah, then we have ecology and evolution, plant diversity. That was super cool. Oh, this looks new. A new study and design data analysis of scientists. Again, super important. Oh, here we go. There's actually a major in marine biology. Super, super cool. But I think it's gonna, yeah, very similar course structure, especially in the beginning. Okay, so here from second year onwards, you start to get a bit more specialized, oceanography, and then third year courses, marine orientated. So This might sound very biased in me saying this because this is my alma mater, but this is the perfect course structure in my opinion. You start off super broad, especially in your first year. You start specializing a little bit so that by the time you get to your third year, fourth year even, that's when you start to specialize. This is just really, really perfect. As I said, I know, well, let's have a look at their research tab here just to do the thing properly. As I said, I know there's like a very highly active research community here. Marine biology. Okay, that's kind of all it says. Research outputs. Let's have a look, see. Okay, so here they list all of their publications, which is great because then you can really see the staff are actively engaged in research, actively publishing. So you will have an opportunity to assist in actual research. And I remember in I think it was the summer holidays of my second year, I went on a field trip where I helped with a botany student, and I helped him with his like research, which was super, super cool. So yeah, I'm really grateful that I got to study at this university, and I would put it up there as like one of the good, like a really good university to study marine biology at. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too like all over the place or repetitive. I just really wanted to kind of have a bit more of a practical show of like how you would go about choosing a university. As I said, I really hope you guys enjoy. If you want me to do something similar like for master's or PhD, leave it down in the comments below. And until next time, I hope you all have a very happy day.